You haven't clicked go live, mate.
Good evening and welcome to Awards Night. I'll be your host, Mr. David Besley, with my Rotherham United tie on, looking the part. And I can see on my right-hand side, Tom has also got, I hope that's a Rotherham United tie. Is that correct? It is. It is indeed. So if you want... Yeah, and then me and Tyler Scuff, yeah. So tonight, what are we doing, I hear you say? Well, it's our award night. We're going to go through all the positives of a Rotherham United dreadful season. So that'll only take about 2 minutes. And we will also go through our own individual KB Terrace Talk Awards as well. It should be fun and exciting, and there could be some controversy. I'm hoping that lads don't get upset if they don't win. We take it really seriously here, we do. Right, we'll start with our guest. So, just to my right-hand side, looking smart as ever, in a different location, I think, is Turbo Tom. Thomas, how are you doing, my friend?
Yes, really good, Dave. I've obviously donned the Rotherham United tie this evening. It's quite clear that Tiny and Bushy did not get the memo. So, Dave, I will be your Paul Rayner to your Steve Evans, as it were. So
it looks like
I like it.
It looks like
I like it.
Only there swept back.
It is funny though, because I've not worn his suit for a while and he doesn't even fasten. I can't fasten it.
Yeah, you're looking like Steve Evans.
I know. Well, that's it, You said, Lee, you told me I want you looking like Steve Evans by the end of the year, and I've tried my best, to be fair. Anyway, we've also got the man of the hour, Mr. Kingbush himself. Lee, how you doing, Lee?
Yeah, I'm good. I'll be even better if Aston Villa score. Because I'll keep you updated with that score, because there's a big there's going to be a big video drop later if Nottingham Forest get beat tonight.
Interesting. And last but certainly not least, we've got Tiny. How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right, cheers, pal. Looking forward to these awards tonight. It should be a bit interesting, very. But yeah, nice way to round.
A bit disappointed that you've got a Tottenham badge next to you. I mean, this is a Rotherham podcast, my friend. Why you got Tottenham for? I mean, they're going down anyway.
It's a good reason. It's a memorial for a mate who passed away.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Fair enough then. Right, before we get started, let's go through some comments. So, Mr. Tom Brown, fixed. Can't wait. What's fixed, Tom? Are you already saying that this is fixed and made up here? Is that what you're saying? We've not even had the awards yet. So when you win an award, Tom, are you saying that's fixed? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just preempting everything, mate. It's fine.
Yeah. Rotherham Gaming, Stephen Klein called meeting with staff members, apparently. He'll do some digging. Okay. Thanks for that, Rotherham Gaming, and welcome, as always. Peter Scott, good time missing this one, lads. Have a good one. Best Rotherham podcast without a doubt. That is correct. This is the number one podcast. John Sullivan, lads, all evening. John, hope you well. The real Phil Smith, happy awards night. Happy awards night to you, sir. John Sullivan, look at this, the glamour. I know, John, brilliant. We've put a lot of effort into this. Big Jim, where's Pete? He should be on. I'm afraid Pete's working tonight. I think he's a bit disappointed he couldn't make it, but work does come first, I'm afraid.
You will hear from him. You'll hear his voice.
You will, yeah, you will hear from him, yes. John Sullivan, the party, yeah, well, there's an after party somewhere. Don't know where we're going, but there's after party somewhere. Look at the ties. Go on, lads, yeah. Lovely. Bez and Tom looking the part, yeah. Have you noticed Bez and Tom, not Lee, Bez and Tom looking the part. Rachel.
I'm trying to help you out, Bez, that's all.
Right, okay. Yeah. Have a good show, lads. Get that champagne on ice ready, yeah. Party poppers, that's, yeah, Lee and Tiny there. Lee's all smiles tonight. I mean, to be fair, Lee, you smiled more in this first 2 minutes than you're having the entire season. What are you happy about?
I'm just an happy guy, aren't I?
Right.
You know,
Okay.
one of happy clapper, me.
Happy clapper. That's you. And last one for the time being, John Sullivan probably won every award. Phil. Yeah, Phil might have won an award. We'll have to see. Right. So how the evening's going to work? We have got 2 sets of rewards. We've got the Rotherham United Awards, which will be Rotherham players or managers or new signings or whatever. It's anything to do with Rotherham. And then we've also got the KB Terrace Talk Awards, which is where you guys and ourselves will vote on who's the best podcaster, who's had the best year, who's done this, who's done that. And that will be left till the second half of the show. So that'll probably be the most exciting part. But let's go straight into the Rotherham Awards first. Right. So what I'm going to do is, because we've got the fans who have kind of done a poll, and I've got all the results, but these guys here have not given their awards yet. So what we'll do, we'll go for each award, and I'll ask these lads first who they're voting for on that particular award. I'll then go through the results of the poll for the same question, and we'll see who's won. Some of the winners is really easy to keep count as well. So we are going to start with our best signing of the season, and I'm going to start with Tiny. So Tiny, best signing of the season. You can include anyone from permanent to fees to loans, anyone you want. Who was your best signing this season?
Well, without a doubt, straightforward. It's about as straightforward as you can get. I'm going with safety net. Dango, and he's not my own. That will not be the only award he wins off Tiny tonight, for certain. Basically, been best player by a country mile. And let's be honest, without him, would have probably finished. It can take about 10 points away. The graft, the work rate, the effort, the commitment. Albeit he's been unlucky with a few injuries, but yeah, promising career in the Championship upcoming for the lad. Wish he'd come with us, but no, it's not going to happen. Dango, without a doubt.
Okay, so the way you've kind of said Dango, I assume there were no one who were anywhere near close to winning it. If you had to pick someone else, though, and it weren't Dango,
Yeah,
like someone who thought he had a half a decent season, who would that be?
Well, that'd probably be Jamal Baptiste. He's been consistent, and I get he's a centre half and we've been crap at back, but yeah, he's been solid in all fairness to the lad. So he'd probably be second place in there.
Okay. Lee, we'll come on to you. I mean, I can see already it's probably going to be a clean sweep, but your best signing of this summer and winter transfer window.
It's Dango, isn't it? I mean, it's as easy as you want to make it, really. I mean, we've had some good signings. I think Harry Gray was decent. I think Denzel Hall would have been a good signing had he stayed fit, but he never did, so can't use him. But for me, Dango wins it by a country mile. It's not even close, really.
And again, then, so same as Tiny. So if you had to pick someone else, who would you have picked?
Harry Gray.
Okay, fair enough. And then Tom, look onto yourself. You're not allowed to say Dango. I'm only joking. So who was your signing of the season?
It's Dango again. I mean, if I said anything else, you might as well have Adam on this podcast. So yeah, I'm saying Dango for me, 100%. Is our signing, albeit a loan signing of the season. And then to preempt your next question, Dave, would be if it was not Dango, who would it be? I'm taking Jamal Baptiste.
Okay, so the same as Tiny. I mean, it's such a shame that, of all the 6 players, not 6, it were 3 plus another 3, yeah. So of all the 6 players that have been picked, obviously you've all gone for Dango, and all 3 of you have gone for loans again in the second pick. So not one permanent signing was picked in the 6, which is incredible, to be honest with you. Right, a few more comments before I move on. Waffo or UFC, you'll have to keep those suits for next season's promotion. Yeah, I hope you're right there, Waffo. Ian Besley, I can't remember the last time I saw my son wearing a tie. Okay.
When he was in court.
When I was in court, yeah, that was it. Evening, lads. Evening, Andy. Andy, how you doing? Dave, evening, lads. Evening, Dave. John, hi, Ian. Hope you're well. I think he's talking to my dad there. Nicholas obviously needs sunglasses because she's saying, look, he's looking fit. Looking fit. Luke Birch, we all know Bush has picked himself for all the awards. Well, Luke, you can't pick yourself. So if he's done that, he's cheating. And then John's obviously laughing at Luke's joke. Sean Gannard, I can't believe Tiny's not wearing a suit for this award show. Disappointing there, Tiny. Dusty has gone Dango. You're all looking dapper, Tiny. And Dave, thank you very much. Tiny played a blind on the New York pitch last night. You'll have to explain that one, Tiny.
Oh, yeah, go on then. So, Rotherham Hospice invited us down at Kimmy Park Charity Cup, lads. We all got invited down, ones that play every year. Started back in 2022, played at Millmore last year, and Hospice invited us down last night. And yeah, I just got stuck in me. I thought, you know what, I'll not be the worst player to play on this season. So take that.
Fair enough. Before we move on, we have got some awards. I'm gonna play some awards as well. Not for this section though. It'll be for the second section because we've kind of, as I said, we're split into two, and it's the KB Terrace Talk Awards that I've got video clips for. I can tell you that both Pete, who sent me his earlier, and Dan, they both did have Dan Gore as well as their signing of the summer as well. Right, moving on. So Dan Gore, well done, everyone. Well done, Dan Gore.
Well done, Dan Gore.
Dan Gore's won the Hammers, and Dan Gore has also, not surprisingly, won the fans' best sign of the season as well. And just looking at the results, he must have got, I mean, I've not worked it out, but he must have got 80% of all votes. Now, interestingly, there are, 4 other players on there who all got at least one vote. So Jamal Baptiste, who Tom and Tiny voted for. Denzel Hall was a shout, and to be fair, Lee mentioned Hall. You know, if he were fit, he might have won it. And then the other one was Adebayo. Someone actually said Adebayo, and they basically said, because he explained the decision, they basically said that they think he'll come good later on. I know that's what they want, but that's what they said anyway. So fair enough. Pete Scott, sorry if I left anyone out of the podcast award, just woke up off nights when I did it. And John Sullivan, he voted Gore as well. So Gore is the first winner. Brilliant. Right. Second award is now the opposite, the worst sign of the season. So I'm hoping this has got a bit more, randomness, a few more players in this. So Lee, I'm going to start with you. Who was your worst sign of the season?
Well, it's got to be that, whatever he's called, Sousa, whatever.
I know Sousa, yeah.
Yeah, him. Never even seen him, really. Thought he was terrible. Between him and that cover were bad as well.
Interesting. I have to say, on the Brandon cover, I assume it's been forgotten about, but not one person voted for Brandon cover, interestingly. Tom, your worst signing at summer? Or the season, sorry?
Keon Atete. Keon Atete for me, absolutely useless. And then a close second would be, take your pick. Close second would be probably, do you know what? Because I had so much hope for him, Duncan Watmore. So Keon Atete wins it for me.
Well, Keon Atete, he did get a number of votes. He didn't win this award, but he did get a fair chunk of votes. That leads you on to yourself, Tiny. Who was your worst signing of the season?
Worst signing at season. I'll give him credit. First game for us, played a blinder, fair play. but after that he were off map, injured. Then he came back at Bolton and he got a stupid goal away. For me, Tom Holmes, you are the worst signing of the season. Followed closely by, as Tom said, Keona Tete. But yeah, it's Tom Holmes for me.
Okay, interesting. I mean, Tom Holmes, he did get a vote as well, a couple of votes to be fair. So I'll just quickly go through Pete and Dan. So Pete, he did say Lino Souza as well. And Dan, I think I will have to find this every minute. Dan. I think I can play this one as well. Just bear with me a minute. Can I play that one?
Hi everybody, Danny Boy
This is
here,
Dan.
or Right Chuffed, as is my moniker.
Can you hear that?
You can often
Really
find
now,
in the comment section or co-hosting with Tom on the Sunday show, where we have a nice relaxed platform, having a couple of beers, talking a load of nonsense. I just want to send this quick pre-recorded message, as sadly I am working today.
All right.
I hope you're all well. I hope you're all having a great end of season awards show. Hopefully keeping it clean. I'm looking at you, Tom, Bushy. But if not, I'm sure it'll be funny with great content, as it always is. I just want to say a big thank you to you all, to you lads, for all the hard work that you do. And a thank you to the watchers, the listeners, and the comments. Whether you're watching live or later on, whether you like us or not. This podcast is for the fans. It genuinely has the best interest for the club at heart. I consider myself a casual fan. I'm not as hardcore as these boys, but that's what it's for. It's for everybody. And so, yeah, thank you to everybody involved. So with that said, let's crack on with the end of season awards.
Yeah, sorry, I was there to play that at the start. He did ask me to play at the start, so there you are. You've had a message from Danny who couldn't be on this, unfortunately. I'll say what I'm going to do. I'm not going to play any of the videos until we get to the second part. I've already said that, but I'm not going to play them until the second part. So we're signing season. Obviously, the winner on here was, I think, Lino Souza again, and the winner from the fans was also Lino Souza. So he officially has been the worst player of the season, which is a little bit harsh. He was only here for half a year, to be fair. You know, was there anyone, should any of you name someone who you didn't like who was signed at the start? Now, I know Tiny, you said Tom Holmes, but Lee, was there anyone who's been here all season who you didn't like or didn't rate?
Majority of them, to be fair. They're all crap.
One in particular.
I probably, what sort of Tom said, I think Keona Tete, I think, you know, with the hype that he come from Everton, I thought he was a huge disappointment. And I think another one, and I don't think it's the lad's fault, but because he never got played, but Biancheri, I mean, what a waste of signing that was. And like I say, it's a shocking signing because we needed players that were going to come in January, hit the ground running and turn his form around. And I spoke to Phil Smith and he said that he'd seen him in training and the manager had seen him in training and said he's not ready for a relegation battle. But we signed him knowing we were in a relegation battle. So that just tells you everything about the football club of the way it's been run this season. Absolute shambles, in my view.
Okay. Right, we'll move on then. So the next award is a bit more of a positive award, this one. It's the Most Improved Year-on-Year Player Award. So I'm going to start with you, Tom, on this one again. We kind of did have a lot of votes for one player, and then there were like a smattering of other votes, you know, this player getting one, that player getting one, etc., from the fans. So what was your most improved player, Tom?
I mean, it's hard. It's a really hard one, that, when you think about it. I mean, like, most improved player from the start of the season, Dave, Is that why
you can do it how you want?
Yeah.
It can be from start of season,
I mean,
from last season. It's up to you.
most improved? It's such a hard one because we effectively had a new team, didn't we? But I'll give it to him just because he has taken a number one spot from a well-established goalkeeper, although I think he's rubbish. I'm going to give it Ted Can. Although, a caveat to that, I don't want Ted Can as number one next season. So I'm going Ted Can.
Okay, interesting. Tiny, who were your most improved player?
Someone who showed great commitment, and he never get up. Obviously, he's a good player in training and that, and he's started taking that into matches with him now. But for me, it is going to be the man, the myth, the legend, Jack Holmes. Came in from Stamford, didn't he? Big step up, huge step up. Steve Evans brought him in last summer. Didn't really get much game time. Had to rely on his EFL trophy to build him into the first team properly. But, I mean, goals at Wickham were took really well, and I think that shows the development's coming along nicely. So well done, Jack Holmes.
Yeah, fair play. He was my other thought as well. Like,
okay, just a few comments. He's got Zach. I think he's been Zach Jules there, and then we've got Dawson, who's rubbish. I think that was from one of the previous awards. So yeah, any award that we're going through, if you want to give who you would give these awards to in the comments, get them in, and I'll make sure everyone's read out. So at the minute, we're on most improved player. We've had a vote for Jack Holmes, had a vote for Ted Can, and Pete has actually voted for Hamish Douglas. So who's your most improved player? And that leaves you with Mr. Lee Bush. Who was your most improved player, Lee?
So I'm with Tiny. I think Jack Holmes. I think obviously with signed from Stamford, really struggled. Looked way out of place at professional level at some stages, if even this season. But I think from speaking and listening to Lee Clark, the guy puts all the effort in on the training pitch. He stays behind when professionals have not done that all season. He's been training, from what I've been told, at Roundwood on his own till late as well, trying to improve his game, trying to get better. And for me, you can see that when he comes on the pitch, he actually wants to play for Rotherham United, where 90% of them frauds that have played for us this season have stolen a living. This lad hasn't got the ability of some of them players. He may never will, but he's got a heart 10 times of those players. And for me, to come on and score 2 goals, and I don't know if you saw it, the first goal he scores his first professional goal for the football club. The players are going crazy. There's one player doesn't even celebrate. Do you know who that player was?
Zach Jules.
Absolute disgrace. I hope he never.
Is that why Lee Clark got him squared up to him in medical
I don't know
emergency?
why he squared up, but he didn't even celebrate a young lad who's come from Stamford scoring his first senior goal. And that, to me, shows you the spirit of that team, non-existent, really. So for me, Jack Holmes wins that award. I think he deserves it. Give 100%. Got 2 goals on the end of the season, and they were good, decent goals as well. And he's put the effort in this season, and very few can look in the mirror and say they've put effort in. Jack Holmes is one that can.
Interesting. I mean, again, just looking at the kind of votes from the fans out there, Jack Holmes did get a number of votes. Hamish Douglas got a number of votes. There was a couple of Ted Cans in there. There was the Jamal Baptiste, which was a strange one. And there were also a couple of Drew Yearwoods. And I guess Drew Yearwood, obviously, that will have been starting not very well. And obviously, as the season's gone on, he's obviously got better and better. And I think he's probably taking your point, Tom, what you were saying. So the winner for us, as in KB Terrace Talk, is Jack Holmes with 3 votes. So Jack Holmes, well done. And the winner of the fans' most improved award was actually Hamish Douglas. He won that award, and it's interesting that obviously he did vote for Hamish Douglas, but no one on the podcast here did. Now, I voted Jack Holmes as well. I'm only going to go through my votes if it kind of tips the vote one way or the other, so I'll probably not go through mine. But yeah, Hamish Douglas, Tom, what were your thoughts on Hamish Douglas? Just quickly on him.
You know what? I think he's been fantastic. Hamish Douglas, he had a bit of a disaster when me and Lee went to watch us play Blackpool. And then Hampshire showed his inexperience as a manager by just dropping him. So for me, Hamish Douglas has been fantastic. We'll need him next season. And look, I hope that we have him next season. I think he's had a fantastic breakout season, to be honest with you. So I can't say it's most improved because there's nothing to improve on. Because we didn't really know much about him. So yeah, Hamish Douglas, yeah, fantastic. He's had a good season, hampered by injuries, unfortunately for him.
Okay, let's move on. The next award goes to the hardest worker. Now, we'll start with yourself, Tiny. Who was your hardest worker of the season? So not necessarily someone who was good, just someone who always showed energy, showed that they wanted to be here, and showed that they were running around a bit. Who was yours?
Well, to be fair, like I've just mentioned him, Jack Holmes again for me. Leads me on perfectly. Obviously, he stays behind to work on his game, which is massive. He cares. He might not be best player in Wales, but he's come from Stamford. He's had to work for it. He went from being a DPD courier to playing professional football. You know that is some achievement, and he's really worked for that. He deserved them goals Saturday. And yeah, for me, Jack Holmes, and he's going to be big next season in League Two. Mark my words. Clip it.
I don't think he'll sign a new contract.
I think he will.
Okay. Just a few comments before we move on to Lee. So Rotherham Gaming thinks Joe Powell, hardest worker. Knockoff Nigel thinks Dan Gore. Ian Besley's gone for Jordan Hugo. And Lee, that brings on to yourself. Who was your hardest worker of the team?
So this for me was difficult because I think Joe Powell works hard. I think Jordan Hugo, before his injury, put his body on the line so many times, played with a broken foot, broken toe, broken nose. But I still can't look past our player of the season, and that would be Dan Gore for me.
Yeah, I'm not surprised really. Again, I'm not going to spoil it, but Dan Gore did get a number of votes in this category as well. But we'll come to that later. So Tom, I'm down to yourself now. Who would you vote as your hardest working member of the team?
I'm with your dad, Dave. I'm going Jordan Hugo, just because he evidently tried, and as Lee just pointed out on numerous occasions, he played with horrendous ailments, and he's done everything in his power to get himself back fit for a lost cause, for a sinking ship. So Jordan Hugo gets my vote, and I would like to thank Jordan Hugo, if he's not here next season, for all his service to Rotherham United, particularly for our survival in the Championship under Matt Taylor. So for me, I'm going Jordan Hugo.
It's interesting because, me, Lee, yourself, I'm not sure about Tiny actually, but we've always liked Jordan Hugo. We've always said that he does work hard. Yes, he might not be the most skillfulest player in the world, but he does work hard. He did get a raw deal at Rotherham in terms of no creativity, no one helping him chase balls into corners or what have you. But Jordan Hugo will end up going down as a bit of a disastrous player, because he came in as like a marquee signing. Yes, the first 6 months were excellent, but he's one of the players who's been there for 2 seasons, 3 seasons, and they've just gone down, down, and down. not many players have been there from the Championship, and they've also been there this year and taken Rotherham down. Because you had that much of a turnover in players. I reckon Jordan Hugo might be the only one, actually, now I think about it. So he could go down as a bit of a, one of Rotherham's worst ever players. Is that harshly, or is that just reality?
No, I don't subscribe to that. He kept us up the first season. We didn't pay a fee for him. Just because he's on big wages doesn't mean that it's a flop. He scored some very important goals that season that kept us in the Championship. He's never shied away from playing. I think he's been let down by poor recruitment, poor managers, poor leadership, poor everything. But Jordan Hugo, for me, will always be a Rotherham United legend. So, no.
Okay, fair enough then. So, the winners then. So, I can tell you, Pete, he went for Dan Gore. I myself went for Dan Gore as well. So, hardest work of the season for KB Terrace Talk is Dan Gore. Well done, Dan. Another award. And the fans' hardest worker. So, there were a few in there. Dan Gore was in there. Joe Rafferty was in there. Jordan Hugo. Jack Hove's got a vote. Drew Yearwood got a vote. But ultimately, the first with the most votes was indeed Dan Gore. So, that's 4 awards, if you like, for Dan Gore already. 2 from our side. 2 from the fan side. Andy says, love Jordan, but he doesn't know where the net is, unfortunately. I guess he wasn't necessarily a natural goal scorer, but he still did score, I want to say, 6 goals in half a season Championship, which if you kind of took that over a season, that goal rate, it ends up at like 14, 15. And we've never really had anyone who gets that sort of goals, apart from players like Danny Ward or Alan Lee. So I suppose that was a good season for him. Right, moving on. Goal of the season. Tom, I'll start with you first. Who was your goal of the season? Any competition?
Simply because I can't vote for a goal of the season that was in the Virtue Trophy. I can't do it. I've got to go with Keon Spence against Barnsley, to be honest with you. Just to end that long rut of not winning at Barnsley. Don't get me wrong, the Virtue Trophy one, great goal, but I mean, come on. That was our downfall, us winning that 7-0. It went to absolute pony after that. So I'm going Keon Spence versus, and there was one other goal actually. I'm going Keon Spence versus Barnsley. There was one other goal. The first goal we scored of the season against Port Vale. I don't know if anybody's thought about this. Joe Rafferty puts an incredible ball into Sam Nombe. It's took away. And sadly, we didn't see much of that after that. However, I'm going Spence against Barnsley.
Okay, Rotherham Gaming has gone for Benton against Salford. Tiny, who was yours? Obviously, every away game. You obviously were there, I assume, at the 7-2 and the Barnsley win. Yeah. So, what was your favourite goal or best goal this season?
Best goal this season were Josh Benson at Northampton, 2-1 in the last minute from free kick. Really good free kick, well took. Honourable mentions to Benson at Salford and Josh Ayres at Salford. 2 really good goals, but yeah, like you said, can't get to real 2 Motors goal.
Interesting. Okay, Lee, last one. Who was your?
So again, same as Tiny. I predicted it on Twitter before it happened, and then it rustled in the net as Tom confirmed. The guy's got great ability. Yes, and Aston Villa have just scored. Fucking get in. Get in, Villa boys. Yeah.
It's a Rotherham podcast, not an Aston Villa podcast. Come on.
Ollie Watkins. The free kick for me.
Okay. So Pete, first of all, he went for the Benson versus Salford goal. And just looking at the fans awards, I have to say, I bet 50-60% of them did go for Benson v Salford. Now, I'm with you, Tom. Like I would have gone for the Spence against Barnsley because, it was breaking a record. We've not won there in about 50 years. and that's why I'd have agreed with yourself. But goal of the season, according to our fans, was Josh Benson against Salford. There was a couple more goals in there. Someone went for Gray against Exeter. A couple went for Marta at Lincoln. This one made me laugh. Someone did choose the Stockport own goal for Rotherham. That got a vote as well, funnily enough. Yeah. So goal of the season in the fan side was Josh Benson versus Salford. The goal of the season for us is actually a tie at the minute. And I still need to get Phil's. I need to get Dan's. Sorry, not Phil. I need to get Dan's prediction because they're on recorded. So I'll have to let you know who wins that one. It is between Benson versus Northampton or Spence versus Barnsley. So I'll wait to see what Dan's vote is, and we will. I'll update the KB Terrace Talk Twitter feed with the result. Moving on, flop of the season. I'll start with yourself, Tiny. Who is your flop of the season? So this could be anyone. It can be the physio. It can be groundsman. It could be Matt Amshaw. Anyone you want.
Well, you know who I'm going to go for. Paul Douglas.
Oh, no, right, Paul.
Paul
Douglas.
Okay.
Falling asleep at a press conference, coming out saying Tony Stewart's otherwise engaged. Yeah. Some of them interviews just made club look an absolute shambles. I mean, it were a close tiebreaker between Amshaw, Douglas and Stewart himself. But yeah, I've got to keep Douglas with interviews. Honestly, some of them interviews, what were he playing at? I mean, Phil Smith talking about pies is one thing, but then Douglas coming out and publicly embarrassing the club is another thing.
Okay. Lee, your flop at season. I think I know where this is going.
Fucking the lot of them, mate. Matt Amshaw's got to be up there. Tony Stewart's got to be up there. Phil Smith's got to be up there. I mean, he come in, and I mean, if it's for the worst comment of the season, it's got to be Phil Smith's. Matt Amshaw's done a good job, and I'll come back on your podcast when we're in the playoffs. That's delusional, absolutely delusional. But yeah, for me, flop of the season's got to be the one and only Big Boy. He's set this team back 3 years with poor recruitment, poor management. Everything he did were utter disgrace. Never been a manager in a million years. And like I said to every Rotherham fan at the time that was slagging me off, saying, you've got to give him a chance. It was crap, yeah. And like I said, when they sacked Evans when he went, rightly so. But I said Evans will end up with a decent job after he leaves Rotherham. And what's he done? Brilliant job at Bristol Rovers. Same with Taylor, ended up at a decent job. Same with Richardson, ended up at a decent job. Where will Matt Amshaw end up? He is not managing at league football level ever again. There you go. Over and out. Flop himself, Mr. Big Boy.
Okay. I mean, someone here is rivaling your worst ever comment or comment of the season, Lee, because they've said, enjoy them while you can, Paul Davis.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that. That was Paul Davis, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Enjoy them while you can. Johnny Martha, are you enjoying him? Fucking hell. World Cup's is going to work like the World Cup of Lights, isn't he? What a lemon. Yeah, no. He has. He's done me there.
I am surprised actually that, because we obviously, I'll give the winner, but we obviously had a lot of Amshaws. That's fine. We didn't actually have a Paul Davis. I were expecting a Paul Davis, to be honest with you. But we've got like almost 400 people watching us here. So all you Rotherham fans or Forest fans or whoever's watching, what were your flop for the season? I want to know, and I'll read it out. Tom, that comes to yourself then. Who's your flop for the season?
When I was reading flop of the season, I thought it meant a player.
Yeah, you can't say player. No, look, Tom. So look at the votes, right? In the votes, I'm going to tell you now. a player has actually won the award for flop of the season. Okay.
A player's won flop of the season, is it?
Yeah.
Right, okay, I'll give my opinion on who I think the flop of the season is. And you know what? Sod it. Bushy just mentioned it. Paul Davis of The Advertiser. Gets things late.
I mentioned it, not Bushy. Go on, yeah.
Sorry, apologies, mate. I thought it was between the two of you. Yeah, Paul Davis, once again, The Advertiser can exclusively reveal that the Bridge Football Group are interested in buying Rotherham United. Right. How many weeks ago did we do an episode on the Bridge Football Group? And you know what amazes me, right, is that people today were commenting on this Advertiser thing going, ooh, interesting. Right.
Yeah, like it's new news. I put it out there months ago. Same as Steve McLaren. I put it out there months ago. When will these weapons understand? I'm the man. You need to come to me.
Mystic Bush. Mystic Bush.
Mystic Bush. Yeah. But
Mystic
this is what I don't understand. Bushy puts this out, right? And we know about it before Bushy puts it out, right? But then now nobody says anything. The other lemons on different platforms will then start reporting it once Paul Davis has said it. Even though 90% of the time, this podcast, this channel, has been correct.
You know what will happen, Tom? If it doesn't happen, they'll be like, Bushy said it was going to happen, so it hadn't happened. So, as though, when anything doesn't happen, they come flying at me. When I get it right, there's no credit. But
there's absolutely nothing, mate.
I'll keep doing my thing. I keep getting my views. They keep hating. It's up to them, innit?
It's incredible, Lee. I've seen it. The Advertiser can exclusively reveal. Exclusively? Now you're about 3 weeks too late. Again.
But we did a full show on them. We did a full show on.
We did.
Group.
We did. And so Paul Davis gets my flop of the season. How he's employed, I have no idea. So whatever. That's mine.
And then as well, another honourable mention for the
Rob
weapon. The weapon that does the iPlayer.
Matt Goodwin.
Oh God.
There's pain.
Oh dear, mate. Yeah, God, yeah.
Okay.
Eat your own shit.
I'm taking it. Martha's one. Martha's one as the Bez.
I'm not telling you this yet.
Right.
And by the way, why do you think it's Marta? Why do you think Marta?
I've just got a funny feeling it will be.
Right. Okay. So I'll start with Sophie. Sophie actually went for Keone Tete. Now, I'll be honest. I went for Matt Amshaw. Because I went for Amshaw, he's won our flop of season. And to be fair, I know you can say Paul Douglas or Stewart or whoever. I still think if Amshaw was sacked 2 months earlier, we would have stocked up. So that's why he's my flop of season. And the fans, you're right, Tom. It was a Johnny Martyr. And I think, to be fair, I think it's probably come from the fact that Paul Davis did do the article where he said enjoy him while you can, because we all did see that there were a player there at one point and he just hasn't performed. So I can understand it. A few others in there. Zach Jules was in there. Cameron Dawson was in there. Marvin Coletta, Liam Kelly, Keone Tete, and Duncan Watmore was in there. Interestingly, right, moving on. Moment of the season's next. I'm starting with you, Lee. Moment of the season.
It ended.
A few have said that. The ending. So a few have said that, yeah. The last game at full time, I've got about 4 or 5 votes for that, so fair enough. Tom, moment of the season.
Moment of the season. I didn't even think about the end of the season, but probably the moment of the season for me would be winning at Barnsley away.
And then you start
chance.
Moment at season for me was beating Lincoln at home, because I genuinely thought after that, I thought, yeah, we're gonna kick on here. We'll be up there now. Obviously false hope, but yeah, honourable mentions to the full-time whistle at Wickham. Absolute limbs, scenes, everything, you name it. And honourable mentions to the day I'm sure got sacked. Just a shame it were a few months too late.
Yeah, and that to be fair is mine. Hampshire getting sacked was the moment of the season. I mean, the only thing is obviously it was too late. So when he was sacked, although it was relief, you were also disappointed at the same time because you knew it was too late. Now, Pete,
this is a good one, sorry, just to jump in. I think this is a good one in the comments. Beating Barnsley for the first. I know you mentioned it earlier, but beating them for 70 years was a good moment. To be fair,
and leaving that on.
Callum Fowler blocking me. Bless him.
Yeah, and that actually, to be fair, is what's won our award. So, moment of season from a KB Terrace Talk point of view was Barnsley away. Now I've got a few here. I've got John saying Sakinami, which is what I said. Waffy's got Exeter away, which was a great 4-0 result. Dave getting rid of the manager and LAJS. I would say Tony Stewart is more to blame than Hampshire. Hampshire can't sack himself. Tony Stewart was just as inconfident in not sacking him. Yeah, I think that's a fair point.
That's the first fan.
Yeah, I also missed that as well. Has Hampshire won Manager of the Year yet? No, not quite. We're on that soon. Right, the last one. So Barnsley away won that. Hampshire leaving won the award for the fans. He got most votes. Got honourable mentions. End of the season. Someone said Hamish Douglas against Burton. Someone had the Lincoln win, which was the same as Tiny. And then someone had Harry Gray having a drink from the goalkeeper's bottle, which I don't remember that, to be fair, but it happened apparently. Right, moving on. I think this is going to go one way, so we might as well go through this one really, really quickly. Player at season. I'm going to start with you, Lee. Your player at season.
Dango.
Yeah. Don't need to go into any detail. Tom?
Dango.
Tiny.
Sorry, what was that? Rather.
Player of the season.
Dancing behind him a minute ago, I think.
Dango.
Right, Dango. So, look, I'm not going to go too much into it. Well done to Dango. He's won our award for player of season, and he's also easily won the player of the season for the Rotherham fans as well. There were a couple of jokes. Sorry?
Cam Dawson were runner-up for me. Quality.
There were a couple of, I don't know if they were serious or jokey suggestions, but I did have 2 votes for Joel Baptiste. I also had a vote for Adam Lafondra because of his performance in the Legends game. So, yeah. Right, let's move on to the most exciting bit, and it's the KB Terrace Talk Awards. Now, obviously, I have put the fans' opinions together with ours. It's going to be one award here. So,
play the video clips, the noises for them then now, yeah.
Yes, I will, yeah. So I will. So as I was saying earlier, I've got video clips from Dan, who's on our podcast regularly, and Pete, who's on our podcast as well. So I will play them.
Phil as well. I've seen Phil.
Sorry, and Phil, yeah, I've got a third in Phil as well, yeah. My apologies. So I'll play them after I've heard all you guys. So we're going to start with the most controversial podcaster. Now, I do think this is going to be only one person, but we'll start with you, Tom.
The most controversial podcaster. Right.
Yes.
Oh, we have it's Pete Scott. No, it's not Pete Scott. Jesus Christ. It's obviously Bushy is the most controversial. Things that spring to mind for me was certainly the relegation watch-along against Wigan Athletic. Talking to Doncaster Rovers fans. And
in other news, Rotherham have been relegated.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, to be fair to them, and I know there are a bunch of weapons, that out of context, Rovers clipped it really quite well, actually. But I mean, for me, yes, Bushy is the most controversial podcaster, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, John's got a good shout here. Got to add on his boxes. That were controversial. Rotherham Gaming says King. Just a couple on the last, the favourite season. So Dave went with Dango. And then L went Baptiste better than Gore, in my opinion. Interesting. And Denzel Hall second up to Dango. Okay. Right, Tiny. I mean, I assume you're going to say the same thing, but I will let you answer. Who's your controversial podcaster?
No, I agreed with whoever put Adam, because some of them comments about, I'm sure, Phil Smith's got the project. What is he on about? Like, Bush is controversial, but he's controversial in the way he thinks. Adam is just controversial by being thick. So it's an easy one for me.
Fair enough. I like that, yeah. Before I come to yourself, Bushy, I'm going to play a couple of the clips. I'll come to you, and then I'll play the last clip so I can break it up a little bit. So who are you going to start with? Who do you want to hear first? Do you want to hear Dan, Pete, or do you want to hear Phil?
We'll go with Dan first.
Dan. Right. Where is good old Dan? So Dan is there. So here we go. Are you listening? Are you ready?
And now we come on to the KB Terrace Talk End of Season Awards. And the first one being for the most controversial podcaster. If it wasn't obvious, it's of course for me, Bushy. He's not afraid to say it as it is, ruffle feathers. And let's face it, people come on here, they watch, they listen, just to see what he's got to say, what he's going to say next. Honourable mention is Tom, because some of the stuff he says can be quite controversial. I'm not sure it's worth repeating, especially when he says things like blowing places up, but enough said.
Fair enough. Before we go on to the next one, a few comments. You've got King, which is obviously King Bush. Bush is the man. King Bush again. But love or hate it, Bush is up there. What a legend, Tiny. That needs cliffing, and that's the Adam remark, I think. Even my dad liked that one, Tiny. Nice one, Tiny. Or Adam. Even he liked that one. Right. Dave Holhar as well. L's gone Bushy as well. So before we get on to Bushy's controversial one, I'm going to do Phil's next. So Phil's controversial podcaster.
Everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic night at the award show. I'm so sorry that I can't be there in person to tell everybody my votes for tonight. But my first vote tonight is for most controversial podcaster. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. There is only one controversial podcaster to ever tread foot on anything that is KB Terrace Talk, and it's the man with the name above the door. It is King Bush. So the most controversial podcaster to me is King Bush.
And they are more and more votes. So before I go to Adams, before I go on to Pete's, Lee, who is your controversial podcaster? This ought to be interesting.
Mine would be actually Tom. I think that Tom says more controversial things with me, but somehow gets away with it. I mean, he didn't get away with it that night when they clipped him, when he said, I'm going to blow you up. But most of the times, Tom gets away with it. If I say it, it goes crazy. But Tom actually, I think, says more controversial things than I do. But, yeah.
I mean, that's an honour. Thanks, Lee.
Tom for me.
Right. So, Todd, then, who do you think's won that award?
Who do you think's won that award? Bushy.
Right. So here you are, Lee. Here's your fake most controversial trophy award. Well done. Now, I did say we had some votes from the fans out there. Now, can anyone tell me or have a guess how many votes did we get that weren't Lee Bush?
3.
Most 3.
0. We got no votes that weren't Lee Bush. So Lee Bush got every single most controversial vote. I think that tells you something, Lee, doesn't it? So Lee, I'll have to go to you, like you normally do. Are you happy with that award?
Not really, because I mean, yeah, I get that people think I'm controversial, but I just speak my mind. It's not. I don't do it to be controversial. So, like Tiny says, I think Adam at times says things to try and get people to think he's controversial, but he don't. When I've debated him, you can tell he doesn't actually believe what he's saying, and like Tiny says, he's a bit thick. So at times he doesn't really, and then he gets lost with what he can't remember what he said. So then he gets all mumbled up. Whereas me, I don't do it to be controversial. They're just my views. Whether I'm a controversial person, I don't know. People say it a lot with not just football, with politics. I speak my mind, but I generally believe it from the bottom of my heart. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it. I don't do it to be controversial, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay, and that's fair enough. Yeah, and that's relevant. Just before we move on to the next one, this was what Pete had to say about it.
Evening all, right. Most controversial podcaster. It's going to be Bushy, ain't it? A.K.A. the GOAT.
Just it. It's nice and simple, Pete, isn't it? No rubbish, just it's him. That's it.
I'll take that over the award.
Yeah, right, some comments then. So, nice one, Tiny, because he's fit. Yeah, so again, they're liking your comment there, Tiny. John Sullivan, he's right. I mean, if this was for the other shows, I'd say Tom with some of his lovely historic talks, especially around the 1939, 1945 era. I must have missed that one that night. He's got his head in his hands there, so we'll move on quickly. And Welbeck, not sure what that is. Turbo Tom Topman, so he's gone for Turbo Thomas, Dave.
Dave.
Phil is pushing more controversial than chips and fish, fork and knife, large and little. Right, let's move on. So the next award is the best rant. So this is like a one-off rant. It's not like who's the best ranter. It's a one-off rant and when they've ranted. So an example would be like I was ranting, for example, on Monday, I think it was, about something. So that is one rant. So it's one rant. So we're going to start with you this time, Lee. Who was your favourite best rant, let's say?
For me, it has to be Tom again. The rant at the Cardiff fans, where he said he was going to blow him up, got clipped. It ended up with me on the phone to 3 different Cardiff fans till about 3 o'clock in the morning. By the end of it, I found out their addresses and I was going to drive to the houses, and then they started crying, and then it all got blown apart. But they were saying, your friend threatened to blow us up live on air. We're going to send it to the police, this, that, and the other. So, yeah, for me, yeah, I'd go with that one.
Okay. Before we move on, we've got Elle, who's gone for Lee after Bradford. I don't think I was on that one, actually. Was that away at Bradford, I think. And then you've got Rotherham Gaming says Tom. So, Tom, I'll let you defend yourself and we'll come to you. Who's your best rant?
Best rant? Oh, God. That's a hard one, that. But I've got to go with Bushy, haven't I? Of course I have, with a rant.
Which rant, though?
Which one?
Which one? The rant. Oh, God, which rant would it be? Oh, I'll take your pick. I mean, I'll go back to that, the game against Wigan when we got relegated again. Bushy versus Doncaster, people. Has to be the rant, especially the one where he said,
yeah,
she slept with me dog. Honestly, I still watch that back. Me and my wife were watching that, absolutely creasing over. It's incredible.
Okay.
So Bushy against Bushy after the Wigan game, or Bushy after what was it? Peterborough, when it was just me and him. Bushy after Peterborough.
Okay. Okay. Before we go to Tiny, let's have a look at Pete. So Pete, this is Pete's vote.
Best rant, we've had Tom, friends Botham Cardiff from the houses up. Brilliant.
So he's gone for Tom blowing Cardiff's houses up, right? Okay. So that's the Pete. Tiny, I'll come on to you. Who's your
right? So one that hasn't been mentioned yet were Bush's TikTok rant after the Stockport game. We lost 3-2. He actually picked out a TikTok that said we should have won. We played great. Don't sack Cam Short. He just went on a massive rant about it, creasing. And he said we won 5-3 because we played well in the second half.
I can't remember that one actually. Do you remember that one, Lee?
Yeah, we're on the channel as well, but I put it on TikTok. I'm sat in my car, and I'd obviously listened to Matt Amshaw's interview, and by the time I'd listened to his interview, steam were coming out of my ears, and I was ready to explode. And yeah, I kind of had a big rant.
Okay. Before I go on to Phil, just another couple of comments. You've got Rotherham Gaming's gone for Tom. You're getting a lot of votes here, Tom. L has gone for I meant Peter lost 5-0. Yeah, I was on that one as well. Unless I'd come off, that's what I thought. Right, this is Phil and his best ranter.
It's me again. So my second vote for the night is the best rant vote. Now, this was very, very tough because there's been a lot of ranting going off, especially in the Hammy era. But I've got to go back, and I'm sorry, it's Bushy again. Bushy's rant about Doncaster fans, bin dippers, webbed feet, caravans. It's just a classic, and what a rant it was. And when Bushy goes off on a rant, wow, everybody knows about it. So yeah, my award for best rant of the year goes to Bushy ranting about Doncaster Rover fans.
And there you go. And before I will do mine, and then we'll go to Dan's as well. So I'm going to go with the Doncaster rant as well. Obviously, I was the only one on the stream at the time, and I felt that uncomfortable that I was trying to slip away, but I couldn't really just get off. Yeah, it was a weird feeling. I was just annoyed that Rotherham were getting relegated, and all I've got in my ear is Lee. We're on about Doncaster and I'd live in caravans and they shag each other and just everything. So yeah, in a way, it did really help me get over the game. So obviously I was watching the game. Right, let's go to Dan quickly. I think we know who's going to win this one, but we'll still show Dan's anyway.
The second award, best rant. I think there's too many. If you're going to give it to a person, well done, Bushy. You got it again. I mean, I am genuinely concerned for that man's health and blood pressure.
So he's gone Lee. He hasn't said today. He's not actually said which rant he was on about, but he's gone for Lee Rush as well. Now, looking at the fans, we did have a couple of votes for Adam. I probably had a Matt Amshaw rant, but I think he was a pro Matt Amshaw rant. I think that's what the person who voted was referring to. Most of the fans voted for Lee and the Doncaster rant, so that has won. So Lee, award number 2. You are now the angriest and most controversial podcaster according to the results. Angry Bush, yeah. There was also, I don't know, unless the guy who voted got mixed up, but he also, his favourite rant was Tom ran against Hakeem Adoffin versus Kai Arneson, because obviously you're getting worked up, Tom, and he liked that one, to be fair. And Dustin Miller, he's gone Bushy rant as well. So yes, well done, Lee. You've won another one. Next one is worst opinion. And I can only really think of one person here. So I'll start with you, Tiny. Whose worst opinion, who's been recorded, is, in your opinion, was the worst opinion recorded?
Well, it's got to be the man that always gives that stick in group chat. The man who comes on and, he used to, and stick up for Amshaw. And Phil Smith, again, total thickness, not an ounce of knowledge in the bloke. So yeah, Adam, well done. Your award again.
Adam, yeah, not surprised there. Lee, we'll go on to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, Tom's Akeem Adoffin versus Carry On is going to be up there. I mean, that was up there. But for me, the actual delusionalness of Adam and Matt Hamshaw is cooking. You know, it's cooking. Remember, every time they got a point or the won, told you he's cooking, mate. The guy's delusional. So I think Tom maybe can blame, you know, a beverage or too many for that comment he made about Akeem Adoffin. And he did apologise. Well, we've not really had a full apology from Adam. So Adam's going to get that award.
And before we move on to yourself, Tom, we'll go with Dan's video clip, what he said.
The Worst Opinion Awards, and I'm sorry, Tom, your most recent one about nothing being better than Carrie Arneson. Yeah, Adoffin was a good player, but he wasn't better than Carrie Arneson. Sorry, mate.
That was Dan. So, Tom, I'll come to you before I move on to the next videos. What was your biggest, poorest comment or worst opinion of the year?
As I can't vote for myself, it has to be for the bid dog. I had many.
So, Tom, so if you could vote for yourself, who would you? What would you? Are you saying you would have voted for yourself?
No. As I'm saying, as I can't. I mean, I've had a couple of shocking opinions recently, but let's face it, it makes for good viewing. Not that I kind of believe them at the time, but then when I wake up in the morning, I think, should have done that. But no, Adam surely has to win this award, if it is an award. So, you know.
Yeah, and again, I agree. I've gone with Adam as well. And it was, look, in the fans' votes, there were only actually two responses. One was, you know, Adam and his pro Hamshaw comments. And the other one, I'm sorry to say, Tom, it was your Adoffin versus Arneson comment. So they were the two that got voted. Let's just ask Phil, see what he says.
So my third vote for the night is about the worst opinion, and it was a tough one, and I suppose this is going to be really hard to pick out one particular worst opinion, but I'm going to generalize something here. I'm going to generalize somebody, and Adam, I'm sorry, mate. I don't know whether it's the odor talking or what it might be, mate, but sometimes your opinions are, wow, completely out there. And you have got the worst opinion still to this day about Matt Hamshaw. I'm sorry, mate, your opinions on Matt Hamshaw being the saviour of Rotherham, that has got to be the worst opinion ever. And so that is my vote for worst opinion.
So he's got all in there. He's got ever. His worst opinion ever.
I mean, you got to remember, Dave. I mean, Adam used to come on here with Matt Hamshaw with the crown as his background.
Yeah,
he
did.
did.
Remember that?
Yeah. We've got one here. So Rotherham Gaming has gone for Tom. Is a grounds and a full-time job. So he's gone that one.
Right. Move on.
Move on. Yeah. Right. We'll just do Pete's then. And then we can move on to the next award. I assume he's going to go for Adam again, is there?
Worst opinion. That's a Bushy. Sometimes, sorry, Lee. Best football insight. I'm going Bez.
Oh, he's got on there. He hasn't got an opinion. He's just gone your overall opinion there. And that doesn't surprise you, I have to say, Bush. I'm surprised at that. But that's what Pete's gone for. Right, so the winner, drum roll. I think we know who the winner is, don't we? It is Mr. Adam, I don't know his second name. Adam, well done, Adam.
Mate.
Adam, you have won the worst opinion, and I'm not surprised at all. Yeah, Adam Langer. So well done, Adam. Right, moving on. Best football insight. Interesting. So we'll start with yourself, Tom. Best football insight. So this is like overall. It's not like one comment that a face has made. This is just overall.
I've gone with you, Bez.
Cool.
Bez, I've gone for you, pal, just because I think you probably speak more about the mechanics of the game than any of us, to be honest with you, and what you see and formations, tactics, all that sort of stuff. So, Dave, I've gone with you, pal. You've got.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Regards that, mate.
Yeah, thank you. We have got L's gone for Tiny. So, Tiny, who's your best? You can't say yourself. Who's your best footballer?
You know what? I'm gonna go for Pete. I think he speaks sensible. He always comes on. It's not loud. He says what he sees. I think he's got a real football insight there. So well done, Pete, mate.
Fair play.
Okay, interesting. Before I go on to yourself, Lee, let's get Pete's first. So here's Pete's.
I'm going Bez.
There we go.
Best football insight. I'm going Bez.
It's hard to do his video because he's got one video. So he's gone me. So great. Lee, well, let's write this in. Who have you gone for?
This is a difficult one. So, yeah, it's a very difficult one because I like Tom's mate that comes on, Danny. I think he speaks about the game really well. Bez, you as well, and I think I do like listening to Tiny, but Tiny isn't on as much. So next season he's going to be on a lot more. So I think next season Tiny will win this award. But for this season, because he hasn't been on as much, I think the person that speaks the most sense, and because I can't pick myself for this award, I'm going to go with Bez because I think our football knowledge is pretty similar. I didn't realise that until we've started doing the predictions, and we don't even see each other's sort of results. And we're very similar in as ways of articulating the games that are coming up. So I would say Bez has got the best knowledge, but I would put Tiny for his age. Wow, the stuff that kid knows for his age is unbelievable. So Tiny next year will be challenging you for that award. I'm telling you, Bez.
Yeah, bring it on, Tiny. Bring it on, lad.
Bring it on.
Yeah, so thanks, Lee. I appreciate that. Before we move on, I'll give mine in a minute, but let's listen to Phil's. And I've not heard these, by the way, so I've no idea what he said. I don't know if you've heard him, Bush. I haven't heard him.
No, I've not heard. I've seen him.
Sick of seeing my face and the mighty Forest badge, but my next vote is for best football insight. Now, this was very, very difficult for me. There's two people that automatically come to mind when on with this, and it was very, very difficult to choose between them. I call one of these people the voice of reason, and he's an all-round voice of reason. But my vote's going to go to the person who I think has got a lot of football insight when it comes to Rotherham United, and that vote goes to Tiny. Well done, Tiny.
Cheers,
Paul. Tiny, there you go. You so Phil and Lee on the same page there. So well done, Tiny. Let me just put that one in. We'll do Dan then. So again, I don't know what Dan said. So let's do Dan.
This could be a decider if Tiny gets this, I guess. I don't know.
Could be. Dan, yeah, Dan. So what number are we on? We're on 1, 2, 3, 4. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4. That one. Are you listening? Here we go. Pressure's on.
Best football insight goes to Bez, with an honourable mention to Pete.
Okay. So Pete got a couple of votes as well, to be fair, but
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you, everyone. That's the only award I think I'll win, so I'll take it. And obviously, to be fair, we did get a couple for you, Lee, a couple for myself. John Sullivan in the comments, you also got one as well. I'm not making it up. You honestly got one. But yeah, thankfully for me, I got the most most votes. So thank you, everyone. Here's my award to me.
Go on, Dave.
Yeah. Right. Next one is funniest podcaster. So I'm going to start with yourself, Tidy, for this one.
There's only one man here. It were a close one between Tom and Bushy, but Bushy nicks it. It's hilarious. Yeah, it's hilarious, honestly.
Okay. Lee, we'll move on to yourself. Who's your funniest funniest podcaster?
For me, it's Tom. I just find him funny. Anything he just makes me laugh. He's got, in a weird sense, when he said it first, I think he said that I threatened to come and beat him up one time on X. But he has got a similar sort of mindset to me, banter-wise. He can take a joke, and I think, yeah, I would say, yeah, I would definitely go Tom, but Tiny as well. I love watching his videos when he goes on away games, and he started to really come out of himself on here as well, and people are starting to get to see the real Tiny. So he's my young prodigy. We're gonna make him massive next year.
Okay. Before I move on, a few comments. So Pete Scott just pushed on break. Sorry, Liam just woke up. It would be Adam. So I think that's the funniest one, isn't it, Adam? John was talking about Football Insight. He's obviously making a joke. He's put John. Oh, never mind. LOL. Someone's put small. I think that was for yourself, Tiny. Dave, well done, Bez. Thanks, Dave. Oh, well done, Ben.
2-0 Villa. Oh,
Rotherham Gaming.
Watch out for the TikTok later. Oh, no, I'm coming for you.
Rotherham Gaming's gone Tom for, I think, funniest. 100% Lee, Bushy, Bez, whoever voted me are idiots. Cheers, Tiny. I appreciate it. I think he's behind, actually, Pete. Could be a bad day to be Villa have a pen. Okay? I think they just scored after delay. Is that what you're shouting about?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Let's listen to what Dan said. Who did he vote for? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's Dan's.
Funniest podcaster, not just because he's my best friend, but because we do literally have the same sense of humour, and that is Tom.
Tom? So, Tom, I'll come to you because you're obviously the last one on the podcast to pick. So, who's your funniest podcaster?
I'll reciprocate it, and I've already said it. Bushy for me. Like I say, I love watching the absolute carnage that unfolds with some of the stuff that I'm not brave enough to say, but he indeed is. So Bushy gets my vote.
Okay, let's listen to Pete's.
Goes all over Neilman away, he knows his stuff. Funniest podcaster, Tom. He always puts a show on, Tom. Great bloke.
He's gone Tom as well. So Pete went for Tom. Who did you go for? Did you say sorry? You fit for Dan, didn't you, Tom?
No, I went for Bushy.
Sorry, Lee. Sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. Right. I went for you as well, Tom. To be fair, I voted for yourself as well, and because of that, the winner of funniest podcast is Tom. Well done, Tom. Tom's won.
I win the comedy award, do I?
Yeah. The voters. So I had a John. John got a vote. Tiny got a vote. Lee got a couple of votes, and Tom also got a couple of votes as well. One comment to read. So, John says it's rigged from Phil. Okay, right. Next is best host. So, bit confused over this one. So we decided to go with only Rotherham United show. So that really was either me, Bushy, or you could pick Phil, because he did one before. And I feel you could pick Tom, because Tom does do the Sunday show, which is related to Rotherham. So for me, you could have picked those four. So we'll start with Tiny. We'll start with yourself. Best host.
Well, I've gone with you, Bess. To be fair, I think like the shows you host, like Thursday night. Is it Thursday nights? Yeah, really enjoyable, really structured. Yeah, really enjoy them. Well in, Bess.
Thank you. I didn't expect that one. Lee, yours.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bez. I mean, I remember when he first come to me, he was worried about coming on, and he spoke to me, private conversation which we had, and I think he's just gone from strength to strength. He's really grown on this podcast. So for me, I'm so proud to say Bez, to be honest with you.
Oh, you're bringing a tear to my eye, Lee. Oh. Before we go on to yourself, Tom, let's try and get a couple of videos. So I'll start with Pete, because I've already got his set up. This is Pete.
Host, Bushy. Obviously, he gets the views when he's on.
So he's gone Bush. He's got yourself, Lee, because you get the view. So put him in. Tom, we'll come to yourself.
Well, do you know what? I can only go one way, really, because I was thankfully requested to join this fantastic world, which, you know what, I look forward to every week, and we all have a good chat. Purely for the intro and purely for all of it, it's Miller's Monday for me. Miller's Monday. So it has to be.
Sorry, that's later, that one. This is the
yes,
home.
I know, but I'm saying Bushy.
Okay.
Bushy on Miller's Monday. That was my first gig, so I'm going Bush.
So this is all dependent on who Phil and Dan have gone for, because we're in almost level here, Lee. So it's between me and yourself. So I'll start with Phil. So what is it? Best host. So here's Phil.
I only got 3 votes left, so here they go. The next one is for best host. Now, this is really tough, because obviously I would love to nominate myself, follow myself, and let's have it right. Yeah, I am the best host across what is KB Terrace Talk and We Love Football. But I can't vote for myself, even though I have hosted a Miller's Monday before in the absence of King Bush. But I'm going to go with my favourite host, and I love watching this guy. He's so knowledgeable, so funny, and he can just hold his own. He knows how to be professional. He knows how to host a show, and I'm going to give that award to Dave Besley. Well done, Dave.
You do that.
Listen, I didn't know where he was going then, though. It was going on and on and on, but yeah, I'll take it anyway. Before I go on to Dan's, just a few comments. So Dave says, well done, Tom, for your win. Congrats,
Thanks,
Tom. Apparently it's offside, Lee. A goal's offside.
Yeah, still 2-0.
Yeah. John voted himself, so go, John. Rotherham game is for all. Thanks for that. Els put theirs. John said this show would be a show. This show would be a show without Bushy. Bez is good, but Bushy wins it for me. Desktop host, very well organised. Bushy. So it's very even between myself and you, Lee. You all do great shows, but it has to be Lee. There wouldn't be a taste talk about him, and the work he puts in is phenomenal. He deserves this one. Right, let's put on the last one, because I think this is literally the winner. Whoever this is,
Did Pete do one as well?
Sorry? Yeah, I've already played Pete's. He went for Pete went for you. So he's already done one. He's gone for you. So last one is Dan. We are on number 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go.
Best host. I think you're all great hosts. I particularly like Phil. I think he's very natural in his Premier League and his FPL shows. But I'm giving this one to Bushy. Well done, mate.
There you go. Well done, Bush. I'll just count the votes up first. Just to let you know, we've got 400 people watching, so that's absolutely fantastic. So, Lee, I lied a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I said it was between me and you, but to be fair, you were always going to win it because most of the fans went for you. I think I got like 1 or 2 votes, but you got quite a lot. So it was always going to be you anyway, even if I got everyone on here to vote for me. So, Lee, well done, Lee. Best host. Well done, Lee. Right, here's your trophy. Right then, 2 more to go. Only 2 more. Best podcast show. I'm going to start with you, Tom, because I think you've already kind of given yours away.
Yeah, for me, best podcast show is, and that's where I started, and I'm very grateful to be still part of it. Miller's Monday. Love Miller's Monday. So, okay. Miller's Monday for me.
Tiny, your favourite show?
So for me, yeah, it is Miller's Monday. Normally rant day for us all. But yeah, really good show, enjoyable.
Okay, before I come to Lee, we will do Dan's. So this is Dan.
Best podcast show. Well, they're all great, but I think it's between 2, and that's the Miller's Monday and the Midweek Millers. But it's going to be Miller's Monday that pips it for me. Great content.
Yeah, Miller's Monday wins that one. So Lee, I'll come on to yourself next.
I can only vote for you.
No. You can vote. It's a show. It's not the host. It's a show. So I guess it's your favourite show. Like, what do you enjoy watching back most? So when you watch them back, which one do you enjoy watching back the most?
I enjoy the live after match reactions,
which is great. I love them as well.
And Lee, and you know what, Lee? Yeah, that's mine as well. So, like, before we even went through our team to vote, that had pretty much already won because pretty much every single fan voted for the aftermatch. And to be fair, it does show in the numbers because if you look at compare the numbers between this and Monday and Saturday, the Saturday one almost, if you put Monday and Thursday together, Saturday still tends to beat it. So it was always going to probably win. I'll just go through Phil's pick anyway first. So Phil, if I can find it. So best podcast show.
Only 2 left. Right. So my penultimate vote is for best podcast show. Best podcast show, obviously, across all the platforms has got to be one of mine. Let's have it right. But we're not voting for that, not yet. Anyway, we are voting for the Rotherham United podcast show. So we've got Miller's Monday, we've got the Midweek Millers, and obviously we have also got the after-match reactions on Saturdays. Now, I do love the after-match reactions, watching people outside the stadiums chatting and giving their opinions. But the show that I've watched since day dot, the show that I've watched the most of, and the pinnacle show that is Rotherham United is Miller's Monday. So for me, the best podcast show goes to Miller's Monday.
Okay, another vote for Miller's Monday. Few comments, and then I'll get Pete's on. Then we'll get on to the last award. So you've got well done, Bushy, for winning last award. John's waiting for Miller's Monday. Paul Tom's cracked open a can. Get ready, goalkeeping coaches and all you grounds in the country. Bit of a
I've done an apology. It's fine.
and L has gone post-match reaction. So I'll just quickly get there's a one there as well. Lee, crack a smile. You're not smiling apparently, Lee.
1 minute I was smiling more than I've
Too
ever
much,
smiled.
yeah.
I'm not smiling. Can't win.
No, right, let's get I remember where we were on here.
Can't hear that.
I know, it's all right. I need to find it on the video, you see, because obviously it's one video.
Yeah.
Cause a lot of controversial at times, so it's good to watch. Best podcast show. I'd say Bez's Thursday show. I like doing that one.
But it's not mine. So Pete's gone for the Thursday one. So the only vote for me was from Pete. So thank you, Pete. So yeah, as you know, the winner was Saturday after match reactions. I've already kind of alluded to. So
Was it really? All right.
Yeah, it was. Everyone voted. All the fans voted for the Saturday match. Everyone did. So again, it wouldn't matter who we voted for unless we all voted for the same thing. So yeah, well done, Lee. Right.
I just want to dedicate this award to. I know a lot of people on here voted Miller's Monday, and a lot of people voted Miller's Monday. And that show was created by John Sullivan, who was with us from the very start. So I would want to dedicate this award to John Sullivan because he's always in the comments. He's always jumping on, and even on the Saturday shows, there's many times where I've been doing it solo, and it's so difficult to do it solo. I'm not Mark Goldbridge, but John comes on and helps. So I want to give that award to John Sullivan.
There you go. Well done, John, if you're still listening. A few more comments. Andy, like I don't I thought you were after the best individual show. Yep, we've just done that, Andy. Dave, you all deserve an award for this great show at the Millers. Thank you for that, Dave. Paul, love all your shows. Tom Sunday, Lee Monday, Des Thursday. John, oh, hello, that's me. Paul, sorry, Des. Not sure why. Thomas, any news on transfers, Lee? We're not going to cover that today. But there isn't any news anyway, to be fair, yeah. Right, so the last one, finally. And it is Podcaster of the Year. So this can be anyone. It can be a host, it can be a guest, it can be absolutely anyone. I'm going to start with yourself, Lee Bush. Who is your Podcaster of the Year?
It's a difficult one, this one. Because everybody on this show puts in a lot of work, takes a lot of abuse. But I'm going to go with Bez. I don't know. In fact, I don't know, because Tom also. I can't split between you and Tom, because Tom's done his own shows on the Sunday. He's done watch along boxing. It's a toss of the coin, because you.
Let's go round, and if me and Tom are drawing, we'll come back to you then. Is that? Should we do that? Okay.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment, because
okay.
That's really difficult for me.
Yeah. So Dustin Miller has gone Bushy. Dave has gone Bushy. Samuel, there's more chance of a manager announcing a new signing. Well, not sure about that. Vet 365 reported movement with Matt Sadler. Yeah, that was a rumour. So it's not a strong rumour, I don't think. Yeah, Adam Sandler. Yeah. Right. We'll look. We're over to you, Tom. We're gonna listen to Pete's. So this is Pete's Podcaster of the Year.
Yeah, I'm going for Tom. He's on every show. He's always there when you need him. Brilliant.
There you go. A vote for Tom. Tom, who is your vote?
I'm taking back. My vote's for Bushy, obviously. He does lots of things outside of this. It was close between yourself and Bushy, Dave. So Bushy gets my vote. Obviously, this is Bushy's platform, but he does lots of things outside of it. So yeah, my vote is for Lee.
Okay.
Cheers, Pete. Oh, that's made me quite emotional.
Yeah.
That. Thank you.
Before we go to Tiny, this is going to be Phil's podcast of the year.
And here comes my final vote, my very, very final vote for this week's award shows. It's been fantastic. It's been emotional. Tonight, it's going to be even more emotional for these guys. But the podcaster of the year, that's somebody that's been on a lot of shows. And for me, I have voted for this person already once tonight. For me, across all the platforms that are Miller's Monday, Midweek Millers, and the after-match reactions, and anything in between for the shorts or anything like that, my podcaster of the year goes to Turbo Tom. Just think you're absolutely brilliant, mate. Everything that you do is fantastic. So for me, podcaster of the year goes to Turbo Tom. Well done, mate.
There you go, Tom. Well done. Tiny, it's your turn to vote this last award.
Right, so it goes to Bushy. The work he puts in on and off the show, making sure that the podcast is all ready and neat for us when we come on, even when he's not on the shows. He invented the KB Terrace Talk, gave us a platform to talk, gave us a platform to speak. None of this woke, washed down nonsense. Proper podcast, proper lads. Without Bushy starting it and making sure everything's ready, we won't have a podcast. So well done, Bushy.
Cheers,
Okay.
Tiny.
And before we do mine, and I'll do Dan's. A few comments. So you've got Tom, Ben, Lee, the three of you are, I think he means Bez. Tom, Bez, Lee, the three of you are brilliant. I think it keeps changing to Ben for him, also correct. John, Tom for me all around, 9.9 out of 10, despite the daddy comments. Stan, well back. 3-0 apparently to Aston Villa.
Yeah, 3-0. I didn't want to shout while Tyler was speaking, so but yeah.
David said, well done, Tom, brilliant. Rachel, well done to you and all you all. And at the end of the day, who wins? Everybody wins. Happy clap, everyone. Very true, Tiny. Podcast of the year has to go to Lee for everything he does and his continued hard work. The abuse he gets as well for supporting everybody is disgraceful. Big shout out to Bez and Tom as well, and thanks for that, real Phil. So, and I'm gonna have to give yourself as well, Lee, because I was just thinking then when Tiny was speaking, there's not really anyone else who you could give it to because of the kind of things that Tiny said. But what I would say is next year we can't give it you next year because obviously you set the podcast up. You're not going to set it up next year because it's already set up. So I'm not going to give it you next year. I'm warning you. I'm not going to give it next year. But I would give it you now. So I'll listen to Dan's, and then that's all the awards done. Lee, have you still got a special award you want to do or not?
Yeah, so this is the King Bush.
Let me do this first, Lee. Let me do the Dan one. Yeah, and then you can do your award. So this is Dan's podcast of the year.
And finally, the Podcast of the Year award. Well, need I say any more? You're listening to it or watching it. It is, of course, the KB Terrace Talk.
Yeah, he thought it was after that.
He did, yeah. It doesn't really matter because Lee, you did get the most votes. Not only did you get the most votes for us, only just to be fair, because Tom, you did really well as well, to be fair. But you edged it on the votes. So yeah, Lee, podcast of the year. Well done, Lee Bush.
Thank you.
Right, that's all my awards done. So Tom, Lee, you have now got an award you want to do yourself. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, so this is a King Bush Achievement Award, and this is going to be a joint award. So two people that have I get credit for the podcast because it's my name, but two people that have put so much effort and time into this podcast, like it's their own podcast, is Tom and Bez. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you two guys. Both of you have, put so much effort and time and energy into, and you're both reliable. And like I said, without you two, this podcast, I wouldn't be able to do it alone. Same with Phil, second those words as well, speaking about it with him many a times. And Bez and Tom, especially Tom as well, he only came in after watching the show previously. He asked me, I think I was on holiday at the time, if he could join us, and we've never looked back. So you two are my special achievement awards. And like I said, I think we're going to go on from strength to strength next year. Tom's got some great World Cup content coming. Bez got some great content coming with our Championship, League One and now League Two prediction shows that are going to be coming. So there is going to be some great things coming from KB Terrace Talk. We've got Tiny, young, hungry. He is going to be a big player as well next season. And thank you to everybody, John Sullivan, everybody that comes on. There's too many of you to mention that have come on and been, helped this community grow. And people that watch us, we wouldn't be doing this without you guys. So I really do appreciate you watching us and not listening to the nonsense that you possibly read about me online, because when you meet me and speak to me, I'm not the person that people claim me to be. So I got asked off Rotherham fans to do a podcast because people wouldn't be allowed on other podcasts, and they just weren't enjoying that sort of thing. So I just came in here, and I think all the guys will second what I'm saying. I've never once told these guys what to say, what to think. You come on here, there's no script. Just let us know your feelings about Rotherham United. And it's been a tough season. People, I've heard, comments coming out with toxic talk. But the fact is, we've had a horrendous season. What did you want us to do? Happy clap it? We were never going to do that. We love Rotherham United, but we want a successful Rotherham United. We don't want players that don't try, players that ain't got the effort, managers that aren't good enough. We'll call it out, yeah. And it's hurt me this season. And I know people will enjoy this because they do. But getting banned off my own football club is the biggest low I've ever experienced in my life, and it did hurt. And if people find that funny, then that says more about them than me. I've supported it since I was little. My dad took me. I've been, Millmore, Donval, everything. I've been home and away, and it hurt me. Yeah, and I don't think it's right that this podcast has had no explanation from the football club or nothing. I think it's utterly disgusting. And I see people online now moaning that the football club are not responding to anybody. There's nothing going out about a new manager. But I did say, be careful what you laugh at, because once it happens to you, you won't like it. And now you see fans getting frustrated because they've not got a response. I emailed the club on the 27th. Yeah, still not had a response back on why we've been banned, why we wasn't allowed to sponsor a charity game, why we wasn't allowed to do that is beyond me, and we've still got no answers. So yeah, I've ranted on a little bit there, but yeah, appreciate everybody. But my special guys, they're my family on here, is Tom and Bez. Thank you, guys.
Cheers, Lee. Means a lot, mate.
Cheers, Lee. Yeah, and it's a good way to round off tonight's awards. Now, I'm just going to go through the rest of the comments. Phil Smith. Wait, is this show being to Bruce Lee's ego? Yeah. Apparently it's 4-0 to Villa. Award for the comment of the night was Tiny, legendary comment. John, congratulations. Lee, you truly deserve it. Dave, yes, all three amazing guys and a great show as always. As it always is. Well done to you all. Thanks for that, Dave. Paul, that's true, Lee. Those two are a credit to top class. Again, thanks for Paul. On another note, you all deserve an award. You're absolutely great, guys. Thank you so much. Seeing you all grow over the past year and your comments growing as well. You're all an amazing team, KB. Andy, it's a pleasure to watch, pal. Everyone has a different take and style of presenting. Top-notch cast. Real Phil says, shout out to Bez. It's so lovely to have seen your conference grow and you're having your own show as well. Sport you give Lee is great. Brilliant awards host as well. Phil, I appreciate that. Thank you. Scott, congrats on the awards, lads. All the top lads, keep doing what you do. Neil Brington, have a nice summer, lads. Also watching up to the final on TNT Sports. Aston Villa 4, Forest 0. And I assume
you will see a TikTok of me later. Phil, get ready. My response to you is coming.
There we go. Phil's been warned. And on that note, I'd like to thank everyone who has watched with. I mean, we have actually had probably the most viewed live on today's show, on a Thursday show. We've averaged like 400 for the last at least 45 minutes, if not longer. So everyone who's watching, I really appreciate it. And I hope you've kind of enjoyed something different. It has gone on for a bit longer than we wanted, but we're still learning this, as Lee kind of said. We're still learning it. Next year when we're doing a world
video clips and everything ready.
I know, yeah, exactly. We didn't plan go to what we wanted, but we did try. We got
through the bloody window.
Yeah. So everyone who's watching, really appreciate your lovely comments. Your comments, honestly, make all our days, all our weeks, all our years. So keep them coming.
And they really do, guys, because like I said, a lot of the guys get some stick. I get a hell of a lot of stick. But when we do get the nice messages, I do pick them out and send them the lads. And it really does cheer them up, because sometimes some of the shocking games we've had to watch this season, we've had to pull ourselves onto a podcast knowing we're going to assess them that's probably going to land us in trouble, or wind somebody up because we're passionate and we just speak it. But the nice comments do mean a lot to the guys, and I do share them in the WhatsApp group. So I do appreciate it, guys. Really do.
Last couple of comments. Samuel, well done for the season. The honesty has been a breath of fresh air. I'm glad you feel that way, Samuel, and we will continue to be like that. Dave, thanks, lads. Each and every one of you, excellent. Again, thanks, Dave. Brilliant. And that's the last message I'll read. Again, thanks, everyone. Hopefully next season's a better season. We're going to have a little bit of a rest now. We will bring videos when Rotherham make a signing, or when Rotherham, I don't know, whenever news comes out, a kit might come out or whatever, we will still bring videos. But for the time being, we're probably going to have a nice holiday. And as Lee's already mentioned, we have got some World Cup stuff on the way. So watch out for that. So everyone, thanks for your support. See you next season. Up the Millers. Bye.
Cheers, Dave.